Okay, thanks
Hello.
everyone from EPCOM for attending. My name is Joe. I'm a sales engineer from ZKTeco USA. So basically, I'm going to give you kind of a rundown of our access control line that you can start quoting out. But first, I want to start with a little background on the history of the company. So ZKTeco USA is a subsidiary of a global manufacturer called ZKTeco. ZKTeco is actually the world's largest manufacturer of biometric and RFID solutions. Predominantly, ZKTeco started out as a time and attendance company. Then about 10 years ago, they decided to branch off into access control, and that's what our office is. It's the United States division of the access control of the security component of ZKTeco, hence our name ZKTeco USA. So anything having to do with security or access control, we would be the go-to office that you would talk to. So today, primarily, we're going to be discussing our new small-medium business line of access control. We call it the Atlas series. So if you can see my screen, you can see right now we have this new line. It's called Atlas. It's really the best, most affordable way to secure any project that's basically a small to medium business size project. We kind of define that as, roughly 40 doors or less. It can actually go up to more doors than that, but if you can stay within that area, you should be fine. So what Atlas affords you is fast, simple, affordable access control, and we'll get into the components of the Atlas system so you can know what to quote out. So here we just have a little video about Atlas. We have one of the major features of Atlas is that it has a built-in web application, so you don't need to download any software. That's a huge selling feature when comparing Atlas to any other brand. So you can see at the top here, we have our, so at the top, you can see the model panel we have at the top. We have both biometric and non-biometric panels. So we can do fingerprint authentication just as easily as we can do card or fob or password authentication. And four-door panels. So use built-in web application, so you need to download software anywhere. All you would do is open up and the web application will come up and you can start. This is just showing, how many users the Atlas panels can store. You can go up to 5,000 users for both cards and for fingerprints. This is a wiring diagram. This just helps installation companies, find out how to install the panel, how to wire up the readers to the panel, how to wire up the locks to the panel, how to get the panel on the network. But I'll be going over more of this in more depth a bit later. This is just kind of an introductory, video presentation. And there's also a mobile app that's very feature-rich associated with Atlas. So remotely, a user can add new users, check doors, open and close doors, get reports. So really, Atlas is a very inclusive solution for anybody needing access control. Okay, so I'm going to talk more in depth about the panels now. So the first type of panel that you should be aware of is called our Atlas Prox Series panel. So you can see it comes in a 1-door, a 2-door, and a 4-door panel. That's what the 100, 200, and 400 part number denotes. And basically, you can just keep adding panels to accommodate all the access points in your project. So Atlas can actually go up to 21 panels. So if you had all 4-door panels, it would be a total of 84 doors. That would be the limit to the largest system that the Atlas can accommodate. So another nice thing about Atlas is not only does it support the industry standard WEGAN communication protocol between the reader and the panel, but it also supports the next generation communication protocol between the reader and the panel. It's called OSDP. So you may or may not be familiar with OSDP right now. In the next few years, you're going to hear a lot of installers asking for OSDP compatible readers, and just know that our Atlas series can support OSDP readers. It stands for Open Supervised Device Protocol. So this is just some statistics about the panel. So it can go up to 10,000 card holders, the non-biometric panel. All of the panels are both PoE and Wi-Fi. So if you want the panel to communicate with the network wirelessly, all the panels can be put on the Wi-Fi network. And if you want to power the panel with a network cable, all the panels have built-in power over Ethernet. So Atlas is a very versatile system. So that's the non-biometric panels. So you see that the readers that you would most commonly be quoting out with the non-biometric panels would be our non-biometric readers. So this first row here, these are our line of readers that are HID compatible. So HID is the control space, and we have readers that can accommodate the HID bit format. So we have a mullion mount HID compatible reader, we have a single gang HID compatible reader, and we also have a single gang HID compatible reader with a keypad. And you can also see here this KR500BT, that's actually a Bluetooth reader. It turns your phone into a credential. So instead of having to issue out cards or fobs, you can just turn your phone, with the Bluetooth on your phone, you could turn your phone into a credential and just flash your phone to the reader. So in addition to our HID compatible readers, we also have our ZK brand readers, which can read our credentials. So it's the same idea. We have a mullion mount RFID only, we have a single gang RFID only, and we have a single gang RFID with a keypad. So it really just depends on how you want users to authenticate. Do they want them to use a card? Do you want them to use a PIN number? Or if you even want to turn your phone into a credential, we have a reader that can do that. So because Atlas is part of our small and medium business line, we made it very simple to quote out an Atlas project. So what this slide is demonstrating is that we have 1, 2, and 4-door kits. So if you're unsure of what part numbers you need to quote out, you can always give us a call and I can walk you through what part numbers you need to quote out. But if you have a 4-door project, you can quote out a single part number. It's called our 4-door kit, and it'll come with a 4-door controller, a metal enclosure, a power supply, but then 4 request to exit buttons, 4 credential readers, 50 prox cards, and a card enrollment reader. So it couldn't be simpler to quote out an Atlas project. Then we have the same thing for a 1-door kit and a 2-door kit, only it will come with a 1 or 2-door panel, 1 or 2 credential readers, 1 or 2 credential request to exit buttons, and then the prox cards and the card enrollment reader. So again, if you're unsure what to quote, you always give us a call, but also if you quote out one of our 4-door kits, you just have to provide the locking hardware. It comes with all the accessories. So that's what this slide is demonstrating, that it's very easy to quote out an Atlas system. So very similar to before, we have our Atlas biometric panel. So not only can the Atlas biometric panel store card numbers and PIN numbers, but it can also store fingerprint templates. So if you ever come across a project a user wants to authenticate themselves via the fingerprint, you would then quote out our Atlas biometric readers. But the idea is still the same. We have 1, 2, and 4-door panels. All the panels have built-in Wi-Fi. All the panels have built-in PoE. The panels can accept OSDP readers. But these are also the panels that can also store fingerprint templates, so you can enroll a fingerprint into the panel, and the user can authenticate that way. So what's on the slide is similar to what was on the slide before, but now we're throwing fingerprint templates into the mix. Also, the nice thing about our line is that you can mix and match panels within the Atlas line. So if you have, let's just say, an 8-door project where half the doors required biometrics and half the doors did not, you can use a 4-door biometric panel and a 4-door non-biometric panel, and they would all be configured via the built-in web application that resides in the Atlas panel. So now we're going to talk about the readers that you would use with the Atlas biometric panel. So we have our FR1500A fingerprint reader. The A stands for Atlas. So it's a single gang reader that's also dual factor. So this reader can accept cards and fobs just like it can accept fingerprints. So if for whatever reason somebody has trouble enrolling their fingerprint into the panel, you can always issue them a card or a fob and they can authenticate as a reader just like normal. Also, you see here on the right the SLK20R. This is our fingerprint enrollment reader. This is the only way to enroll fingerprints into the Atlas system. You could not enroll as readers that are at the door. You would have to use our enrollment reader, which will come with our biometric Atlas kit. So that's what the next slide is going to demonstrate. So just like the Atlas kit for the non-biometric panels, we have Atlas kits for the biometric panels. So the big difference is that instead of a regular RFID credential reader, you get a fingerprint plus RFID credential reader. And instead of a card enrollment reader, you get the fingerprint enrollment reader in the kit. But it's the same idea. You could buy a 1-door kit, a 2-door kit, and a 4-door kit, and you would just provide the locking hardware. All of the accessories on our end in terms of the access control will come in the kit. And you can use any other of our credential readers with either the Atlas biometric or non-biometric panel. So also with Atlas, we have a mobile app feature. So the only license that is required for the Atlas series is the ability to use this mobile app. It comes in packs of 5. So actually, when you buy an Atlas system, you'll get 1 free instance of the mobile app, and then you can buy it in packs of 5. But from the mobile app, you can enroll new users, you can lock and unlock doors, you can initiate a lockdown of doors, you can monitor doors, and you can get reports of doors. So really, it's a very versatile app. It's basically, I'd say 80% of the things that you could do with the built-in web application, you can also do with the app. Certainly, all the important features of the web application are on the app. So really, why should you quote out Atlas? Because it's simple and affordable. We have a very handy 1-page MSRP price list that you can give out to anybody who wants to quote the system. We have a manufacturer's suggested price list. And also, we can send you a very easy document that basically describes all the accessories that will come in the kit. This is just a little bit more about who ZKTeco is as a global manufacturer. We just have a very large global footprint. Our products have been used in over 180 countries. We have over 140 service outlets. We have branches all over the world. And we actually have manufacturing bases all over the world as well. So nationally, we are represented by manufacturer reps. I'm going to go through this kind of quickly because this isn't exactly pertinent to you, but just know that we have local support, so somebody can be in your office. And we also have in-house support that if you ever need help quoting out a bill of materials or anything like that. So why should you really recommend ZKTeco? Well, ZKTeco products are simple to sell, install, and operate. ZKTeco is the price leader in every category that we compete in. We have partners that can, so because of that, you can sell our products at higher profit margins. Not a lot of people are doing biometrics, so really there's very limited competition in this field. We have very innovative products. And we have, stocking distributors all across the country. You guys are, of course, going to be one of our stocking distributors down in the south there. And the last thing I want to talk about, and this I will talk about more in depth a little bit later when I talk about the website, but we have a very handy design a project form on our website. So if you're ever unsure what to quote out and you have trouble reaching us via on the phone, we have a form that you would fill out, and it asks you all the appropriate questions about a particular project. It goes straight to our sales department, and then either myself or one of my colleagues will give you a follow-up call and recommend the materials that you can use. So that's as far as the PowerPoint presentation goes. Next, I do want to show you the website and how you would maneuver through our website. But I'm just going to take a little break right there. Neil, do you have anything to add? All right. And can you guys just kind of message me in the chat just to make sure that you can hear what I'm saying? Okay. So I just want to give you guys a brief tour of the website because the website is really a very good resource where you can get installation guides, user manuals, data sheets from all our products. So I'm going to open up a web browser here, and I'm just going to go to ZKTecoUSA.com. So make sure you always put in USA at the end of it. If you go to ZKTeco.com, that's our headquarters website overseas. So you want to make sure that you're going to ZKTecoUSA.com. But this is our website. So I just want to show you, if I take my mouse and I hover it over products, you can see all the different categories of products that we sell. So for now, I'm really just going to talk about our Atlas line, which, as I said before, is our small, medium business line of access control. I'm going to come over here to the second option, Atlas series of panels. And everything I just spoke about before in the PowerPoint presentation is also here on our website. So here are our non-biometric Atlas panels. So I spoke about the kits and as a way to quote out a kit with Atlas, but you can also quote out just the panel. So if for whatever reason somebody has a bad panel or gets struck by lightning or somebody hits it with a hammer and you need to swap out a single panel, you can buy the Atlas panel by itself. So you can buy a 1-door panel, a 2-door panel, and a 4-door panel. And if I scroll down one more row, you can see our Atlas bundles. So this is the panel, the enclosure, and the power supply. So if you want to quote out, let's say, the Bluetooth readers or the keypad readers, which do not come in the kit, you can buy a bundle and then add the Bluetooth reader and the keypad reader separately. So it's the panel, the metal casing, and the power supply. And then the third row, and this is what I spoke about in the PowerPoint presentation, these are our kits. So it's a 1-door kit, a 2-door kit, a 4-door kit. It'll come with a 1, 2, or 4-door panel, the metal enclosure, the power supply, and then 1, 2, or 4 credential readers, 1, 2, or 4 request to exit buttons, a card enrollment reader, and 50 prox cards. So this is what I say this is what I mean when I say Atlas is a very versatile system. We sell it in different ways to meet your needs. So if it's a simple project and they don't need any special features, you can do a 4-door kit or a 2-door kit or whatever it might be, and you're done. But if you want to add a different type of reader to the system, you would buy a bundle and add that different type of reader separately. So these are our non-biometric panels. And then if I continue to scroll down the list, we have our biometric panels. So this can do everything the non-biometric panel can do, plus it can store fingerprint templates. So it's the same idea, a 1, 2, and 4-door panel. And here's the part number for just the panel. If I continue to scroll down, we also have a bundle, which is the panel, the metal enclosure, and the power supply. And if I scroll down some more, you can see the kits in our biometric, for our biometric Atlas panels. And then if I continue to scroll down, the very last row here is if this is our fingerprint reader that you would use for the Atlas biometric panels. It's called the FR1500A-ID, and it can also come HID compatible, it can come iClass compatible, and it can come MyFair compatible. So it can read fingerprints, it can read our credentials, it can read HID credentials, and some other types of credentials. So that's how you would, quote out an Atlas system. So I just want to also mention, and I mentioned this briefly in our PowerPoint presentation, we have a Design a Project form. So if I come back up to the top here and I click on this Design a Project tab at the top, if you're ever unsure what to quote out and you're having trouble maybe contacting somebody in our office, you can always come to our website. You can fill out this Design a Project form, and it's sent straight to our sales department. And like I said before, either myself or one of my colleagues will follow up with you and recommend a bill of materials. So all this form is a questionnaire that asks all the appropriate questions about a particular project. Okay, that's a basic overview of Atlas. Just remember we have the 1, 2, and 4-door panels, we have the biometric, the non-biometric, and this Design a Project tab. That's really what I wanted to go over for my part of this presentation. Any questions? All right, I'm looking in the chat.
And please feel free to send your questions on your right side panel on your screen. You'll have a panel for questions. So if you can please send out your questions, we'll be happy to answer them.
Mm-hmm. I'll also just mention on our website, if I hover my mouse over products again, and I come over here to RFID credential readers, so any of the readers on this page can be wired to the Atlas panels. So I mentioned before that if you don't use a kit, you can buy a bundle, which is just the panel and the metal enclosure and the power supply, and then you can quote out these readers separately and you can wire them to the panel. So this first row can read only ZKTeco credentials. The second row can read ZKTeco credentials plus HID credentials. And in this third row, we have our Bluetooth reader that can turn your phone into a credential. And then these last two readers, these are bullet-resistant readers, actually Kevlar. So if you have a very high, if you have, let's say, a chance that the readers might be vandalized, you can use our bullet-resistant readers. So these can actually hold up to like a crowbar or a bullet. They're very heavy. They're very nice.
Thank you, Joe. I don't know, April, if you want to add something else to the presentation.
Right now, I think I'm good with my part of it. Neil, is there anything you want to add?
No, I just want to thank everybody for their time and stress that if you have any questions, please contact us or the folks at EPCOM, and we're more than happy to help you. We'd love to have you come on as customers and representatives for the ZKTeco products.
Yeah, I just want to second that. Thank you guys for making the time, and we look forward to working with you. Oh, I guess your mic is muted, but okay. Let me know if you have any questions. You can always call myself or Neil, and you can also fill out that design a project form if you have any questions about quoting out a particular project.
Okay, guys, thank you very much. It looks like we got it. Just wanted to thank you, and I appreciate you taking the time to show everybody the new line of products. And we'll go ahead and give you guys, we'll send you the information if we get any questions, and make sure we stay in touch.
All right, that's good. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Bye, guys.
Thank you, Neil. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, April. Bye-bye.
You're welcome. Bye.